Hey beautifuls, Hannah here, Life Purpose Queen, awakening you to living your dreams. I feel really called to jump on live stream and just speak to some pretty, I don't know if heavy is the word. I'm just seeing like so many people at the moment posting about feeling lost, really weird dreams, like dreams that are like that wake you up and startle you, like in weird dreams, and you can't figure them out, and they're even like a little bit like scary, and you're like, what's going on? Hey everybody joining live. Hey Benjamin, hey Greg. All right, let me share this, right? Because this is a pretty like, I'm just seeing so many. I wasn't going to go live today, and I'm just seeing so many people like posting about this, and I'm like, hey, I really need to talk about this. Like, I've seen like 5 posts this morning, everybody saying the same thing, and I'm like, I need to go live like now about this, right? So if you know anyone that is feeling this way, please feel free to share this live stream if you think that it can help somebody. So let me just share this myself. And I really want to speak to this because I'm just seeing so many people like feeling this way, and I'm like, hang on, no, like they're like, okay, I'll go through it in a second. Hang on. Okay. Hey, Audrey. So let me know when you're here. Say hi. Give me some love hearts if you're feeling pretty crap, right? Give me some, I don't know, actually, just give me some like, give me some thumbs up or something. I don't know, whatever. Vibes, vision, herbs, and spices of life. Salute. Hey, Cody. All right, cool. Hey, Matt. All right, so let me just bring up this stuff I actually want to speak to, because I'm just seeing so many people like with the same stuff, like, and I know it's collective, like, okay, so let me speak to this. All right, so let me know in the comments how you're feeling. I'm seeing a lot of people post they're feeling really lost. They're feeling like there's one post I saw, and like, I don't know who I am anymore. I'm feeling defeated, like all this pain and trauma just keeps coming up. Like, I don't know what to do about it. It's like, you know, it keeps, you know, coming up. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like one of them is, you know, like, I feel so attached to my pain and the story, and I'm tired of it, and it's just like, it's come back again, and like, why is this happening again? And I feel like I'm grieving like my entire life, and like, when is this grief ever gonna stop? And like, why is it's like pain and trauma, and like, why is it like this all the time, right? And it's like, I feel like everything was fine, and then it's all just hit me, and I'm like, why is this coming up? I'm doubting everything I'm doing. I'm questioning everything I'm doing. Like, I don't feel like myself anymore. Like, I feel like, what's the point in living? What's the point in being here? You know, like, what is everything that I'm doing? Like, I want to die. I feel alone, right? Let me give you the cure for aloneness on this live stream, okay? Yes, Sia Franklin, I'm actually feeling really good too, right? And I know I've spoken about this before in the past, where like I see these different kind of like threads, or you've been watching it happening around you as well, yeah. So there's different like, I guess, webs or threads, right? Where people on these different like threads and go through it at different times. Like, yay for that, so we can like hold each other, right? While we're all going through it. We've all got the support system, so when one thread's going through it, one thread's feeling good, so we kind of got this equal balance thing, like, hello, like, there's the universe, right? So I guess I just wanted to speak to this, right? And it's, you've been, yep, your best fit for a while, yeah, I've been feeling pretty good too, but I'm just seeing a lot of people going through a lot of grief, a lot of sadness. So number one is that if you feel like a part of you is dying, it is because it is, okay? Yay, Benjamin. So if you feel like a part of you is dying, it is because it is, okay? Now, when we talk about consciousness and growing and evolving, and like we're, especially if you follow me, especially if you do any sort of spiritual work, meditate, blah, blah, any of it, you will go through these cycles. Why? Because as you do this inner work, you shed another layer, you shed another part of you. That's dying. It's like a snake shedding its skin. Oh, my snake. It's a constant evolution. We constantly shed, right? Now the trick here, okay? Trick, key, okay? To staying sane through this, right? Because it's like, I feel so deeply alone and sad and like, you know, like I feel like, what's the point? Like feelings of like wanting to die. Like I know when people feel that way, right? It's not like that we're gonna do it, yeah? But the feelings, and this is a part I really want to speak to. When we feel that depth of like, what's the point? Alone, like just dying, like death, like it's a feeling. It's an energy. Feelings are energy, and energy shifts. If you are not in my reality awareness support group, it's a free group on Facebook, and you haven't watched the heart chakra live stream, please go and do that, okay? For several reasons. One is that 50 minutes into that video is about a 10 to 15 minute process. It's like a meditation, but it's a healing process that I take you guys through on that live stream to help you deal with the feelings of feeling alone, of feeling like death, of feeling like what's the fucking point, of feeling all the pain, trauma, sadness, grief, and it all kind of hits you. Like how to deal with that, it's on that live stream in my free private group. I'm going to put the link in the comments here to my reality awareness support group. If you're not in there, please add yourself to this group, request to join. And if you don't know, if you can't find it in the group, just post in there and I'll tag you in it, because that process is like a lifesaver, right? It's like, how do we be an empath and feel all this stuff all the time? And these waves of like grief and trauma and abuse and pain all come up all the time, right? It's like, yeah, we're going fine. And then boof, like happens again. And we're like, I don't know how much more of this I can take, right? The heart chakra live stream in there, and actually the group support call from Friday in there. If you really want support, get in that group and have a look at it, right? Let me put this link in there for my reality awareness support group. I just posted it in the comments now. If you haven't seen that, like, and you really want support, jump in that group and do that. If you want one-on-one support, my 21-day shifter program is still open. It's still $97 US. It's about 130 Australian. You can ask me as many questions as you want. I can hold space for you on WhatsApp through voice text message. There's like some people who have some really massive shifts in that. It's called the 21-day shifter program, right? You shift. So I'm just going to pop the link in the comments for that as well, just so you guys got it there. Like you need support, those things will help you, okay? Now the other thing I want to speak to is, let me just pop this in before I keep talking about all these different things. So let me pop that in. Okay, so like literally, and I'm seeing all these people say hello, hi Matthew and Lauren, and I know there's other people that said hi before. I'm not ignoring you. I do see your comments, I see them all. When we grow in consciousness, when we evolve, when we do inner work, when we meditate, when we're awake, right? Let's just make it simple. When we are awake, we will feel these things, right? And again, in my reality awareness support group, we've just come down the crown, the third eye, the ears, the throat, the heart, right? When we wake up, we have a spiritual awakening and we're like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. But then it's like reality hits and we're like, oh my God, like feeling all this stuff, right? Like that's not easy, not nice, you know what I mean? Like it's because we're feeling the reality of the pain, we're feeling everything we've been feeling, like that we've been avoiding actually. Now, if you really want to shift core trauma out for good, my Trust Your Intuition course is that, right? I literally put everything you need in my Trust Your Intuition course to have very clear, accurate intuition. But how do we do that? We clear out the trauma that's sitting in our energetic field. shifts out patterns, past lives, the whole thing, right? In module 4, there's a specific process that take you through in that group, in the course. It's there for a reason, right? And the doors open to trust intuition on Tuesday for that. Okay, there's a super early bird price. I wasn't going to open it for another 10 days, and I got the intuition yesterday. They're like, no, you have to open it this week. And I'm like, okay. So there's super early bird opening on Tuesday. You'll see that with Tuesday Tarot coming out. And just saying, like, if you really are truly wanting to shift out the trauma and stuff for good, and then have the resources so that when something else comes up, you're like, oh, I can clear that straight away, rather than thinking that there's something wrong with you, rather than thinking that you know, like you're, and the thing that I'm seeing as well is like people like, and this is just learning and understanding it, right? It's learning and understanding our cyclic flow of emotions, of who we are, of like, you know, of life itself, is that stuff is always going to come up. Stuff is always going to happen. Like there's no perfect relationship, right? Stuff always comes up. It's what you do about it as soon as it comes up that makes all the difference, right? We can either sit in it, or we've got the tools to support us to unravel and shift it straight away. Okay, that's what Trust Intuition does. Okay, so in that, it's like, you know, and I did speak in my Reality Awareness support group, like, so if you follow me on this page, or if you follow me on my personal page, or if you're connected to me in any way, shape or form, whether you're consciously in my support group, like you're physically in there and you've been working through the chakras with us, which has been over the past 5 weeks, four weeks, going into the 5th week, well, it's actually 6th week. We're going to step into solar plexus week this week. So whether you're consciously working through the chakras with us or not, but you're connected to me and my group and you follow me in some way, shape or form, you're probably going to be feeling a lot of grief right now. So on the heart chakra live stream and in the Reality Awareness support call on Friday in that group, the live streams are still in there. The replays are there. If you want support, go and check them out. If you are connected to me in any way, shape or form, you will be feeling this. You will be going through this, right? You will be feeling a bucket load of grief. You'll be like, what is going on, right? And those live streams in there, I've like gone through. I'm like, when we start actually, like, you know, like the biggest part of like, you know, there's a collective ascension process going on, right? There's all these universal factors. We're astrological lining up to all these things, right? Plus, we're doing the inner work. Like, there's a lot of you guys I'm seeing like are doing like massive like inner work at the moment. Like, it's phenomenal. Like, and not only like for ourselves, like, you know, we're doing it in our own life, but that's collectively like amplifying the universal collective consciousness, right? So it's like, you know, it kind of, again, it's like shedding the skin. It's like being born again, if you may. You know, like the grief cycle is so, so important to understand, so that when you come up with these emotions, like you're feeling deflated, you're feeling like death, you feel like you don't want to be here anymore, like what's the fucking point, right? Now, obviously, the first thing we always check when we feel that way, am I carrying somebody's energy? Clear your energy. Hey, Jenny, straight away. Right? It's the first thing you do, because if you're carrying somebody's energy and you're not aware of it, it can feel like death. You're like, what's the point? Like, you just like, you can carry people's energy like that, right? If you mantra, it's not mine, 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 over and over and over in your head, right? You can either be stomping it on the ground outside, it's not mine. Like, you can literally shake your energy. Like, you can jump up and down outside, stomp your feet on the grass, like, you know, like allow the sun to like beam through your aura, clear your energy, clear your chakras, like literally do that, right? It's very, very powerful, okay? At the same time, it's not mine, it's not mine, it's not mine, it's not mine. Archangel Michael of 100%, like, please clear my energy, okay? Once you have done that, something, there's like cat hair or something on my face. Oh, I can still see it. It's cat hair, I think. Once you have done that and you still feel like shit, then you're like, yeah, it is my stuff. Cool. How do I support myself now? What process do I need to do? Okay. And it's kind of like you might have been already doing a bucket load of process work, like inner work as well. And then suddenly, and you're busy with life and, you know, blah, blah, and then suddenly you've got a day off. And you're like, oh, what happens? all your stuff comes up. And you're like, oh my God, why do I feel like this? It's like my day off and I just want to not feel like this, right? Because when we're busy and busy and busy and busy, 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 it's like, oh, I can breathe out. And so all your stuff comes up because there's space. That's why people stay busy, right? It's like addictions, covering up feeling. Busyness is a way to cover up, manage feelings, right? So I felt really cool to share this on live stream. It's like, you know, like the thing is, and you know how I say, like, we can feel our feelings without buying the story, okay? The story makes it 50 times worse and also beats ourselves up. So I'm feeling sad. I'm going to give you the cure for aloneness too, by the way, in a moment. I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling alone. I'm feeling like all this grief and pain and trauma is coming up and I'm just sick and tired of feeling this way and blah, 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 right? When you can feel it, again, this is a heart chakra live stream in my reality awareness support group. If you're not in there, please jump in there. Please watch that. If you're wanting support, my 21-day shifter program, like, I can help you one-on-one. Like, it's that when you feel something and then you say, I shouldn't be feeling like this. I've done all this work. Why is this coming up again? I'm sick and tired of feeling this way. I feel defeated. I don't know why this is happening. It just happens all the time. I was feeling good. Like, can you see like how like harsh that is? Like, no wonder you're feeling bad and then you feel worse, right? It's like, oof, right? What do we need? We need kindness. Oh, I'm feeling sadness again. Oh, I'm feeling alone again. Oh, okay, right, we can do that clearing process that I just shared. And then it's like, okay, what do I need to do to support myself? Rather than making it 50 times worse, okay? So again, I can't stress enough the importance of that process in the Heart Chakra live stream in my free support group. It's about 50 minutes in the actual process. It's about a 15-minute thing that I take you through. If you practice that over and over and over again, you will become, I guess, a master at understanding your feelings and just knowing how to just be with yourself, because most of society doesn't know how to feel our emotions because of the way we're brought up, like not just parents, but society, right? It's not okay to feel. Don't feel. Feel this way, but not that way, right? And there's so much I could say about that. So I just wanted to say that when these collective waves come in, okay, so this is like, we've got our own stuff coming up, like, you know, we're feeling alone, like this has happened, blah, 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 right? It's like, when you feel that wave, you're like, oh, this is a time to support myself, okay? Now, I just want to point out that women have menstrual cycles, duh, Hannah, right? I want to point out that men have them too, okay? It's called cave time. It's important. It happens, okay? We both need to respect these times of like, oh, we need more support in this time. So I say to my women clients, like, track your menstrual cycle. That 10 days before I'm about to bleed, I'm like, look the fuck out, world, right? But means I need to support myself more in those 10 days, especially. Now, I highly encourage men to also track their cycles on a calendar, like write down, like for 3 months, track it over 3 months, the days you feel shit, that, you know, how long you need to kind of like disappear for, you know, like just notice the cycles, like their rhythms, their cycles. And when we can like connect with these natural rhythms and cycles of the moon, of the ocean tides, of the astrological stuff, like, and it's not like, it's just having an awareness of it so we can deeply ride and support ourselves the most time we need it in this space. Yeah, here is the cure for feeling alone. A deep sense of feeling alone. You've got nobody, nobody's there for you, shit's happened, this is happening again, I'm alone again, like whatever the story is, the cure for aloneness, you guys are probably going to hate me saying this, inner child work. It's inner child work, right? It's inner child work. If you, hey Christina, if you feel alone, it's actually, you feel alone, feel abandoned, feel all this stuff. The first thing, number one step, number one, clear your energy, right? If you're just joining live, you might want to rewatch this live stream. Clear your energy with the techniques I just gave you examples of. Is it yours? Yes, no? Okay. If it is, okay, next thing to do, How's my inner child feeling? When was the last time I connected with my inner child? Actually, I've never fucking done that. Oh, okay. Well, let's dive in there because they're the one that's upset, right? And we talk about abandonment. It's like when you feel abandoned by somebody in your life, yes, it might be triggered by somebody in your life, but when you haven't connected in with your inner child for a long time, since last week, since last month, since last year, you're gonna be feeling abandoned. Especially if your inner child's like, please keep coming back, and you haven't, right? Hey, Carol. So you guys are probably gonna hate me for that. You're like, whatever's Hannah, right? And I'm like, if you haven't experienced the power of inner child work, I'm like, you really want to shift your life? You really want to get a handle on these cycles where we just like hit so friggin' damn low that we just like, what's the point? And why is this happening again? And blah, blah, blah. It's like, we need that support, right? And in my Trust Intuition course, I teach you guys these structures to like go through and check, right? It's like all these things and you've got all the tools there. So my Trust Intuition course is opening this week. I didn't plan on doing this, but I got the intuition yesterday to open it this week. There'll be a super early bird opening this week, but I just like, oh, isn't that supposed to be for 10 days? And they're like, no, this week. And I'm like, okay, because there's so much. I'm like, and then this full pain and trauma, like, why is this trauma coming up again? And the pain, right? There is a way to shift it out. I won't lie. It's not easy. I spoke about this in my Reality Awareness support group on the weekend. On Friday. I was like, I'm not gonna lie. Hey, Jessica, right? When we are awake, I think it's that, someone shared it as well. I think Leanne shared it because I was like, what's that meme? We see that meme, like what people think spiritual awakenings are like, it's like a peaceful meditation. And then what it's really like, it's like, what is going on? Right? It's like, that's the reality, right? When we don't have support, that's the reality. Yeah. And this is why I'm so passionate about teaching you guys how to support yourself, find your tribe, like come into my group. If you're not in there, get in my Reality Awareness support group. Like there's so many of you guys going through this massive grief right now, which is, I say, friggin' awesome, right? It doesn't feel good at all. But if we really want to shift and create an amazing friggin' life, if you've had a life full of shit, there's a way to get stuff out. And it doesn't have to be revisiting the pain and trauma. It doesn't have to be traumatic, right? And this is what I teach you in my Reality Awareness, in my Trust Intuition course, right? Like I said, if you're not in my Reality Awareness support group, please check it out because there's free live streams in there. The replays are sitting there. The Heart Chakra live stream will help you to be able to support yourself in that. The other thing I just wanted to speak to briefly is dreams, right? There's, hey Dorothea, there's been a lot of people posting in my private groups publicly about like really weird dreams lately, like the past kind of, 2 to 3 weeks, right? Like vivid dreams, like wake up, startle, like what was that? Okay. And some of them aren't feeling very nice. But the one thing and the strong message coming through is that if you're receiving intuition about something and you're not paying attention to it, your dreams will come to wake you up, to startle you. You might have like demons or entities or like other like weird ass shit going on in your dream. And you're like, you wake up and you're like, what was that about? It makes you remember it. Because if you actually think about it, it's like your intuition has probably been like just gently tapping you on the shoulder. Like, hey. Like your intuition is always kind, subtle, gentle. Like, hey, going to listen to us. Hey, can you hear me? Are you going to this? You might be hearing it, but you haven't taken action on it because it's scary, right? So your dreams come in with a big scary monster and they're like, hey, are you going to like remember us now? Like, are you going to listen? A murderer, murderers, entities, weird ass monsters, like just like wake you up, like, what the fuck, right? Now there's another aspect to these dreams that I want to speak about. It's really fucking important, right? However, the scary part about dreams at the moment is the demons, entities, all of that, and I speak about this frequently, they're there to get our attention, right? If you're like gentle intuition angels, like, hey, way, not that way, this way. And if you're not taking action on your intuition, because you're probably hearing it, the demons and the entities and the murderers, they'll come in and it'll be like, are you gonna fucking listen to us? Like, come on, like, we're trying to help you. Like, don't go down this path, right? Because it gets your attention. And then you freak out. You're like, oh my God, right? Kind of like that. Like, they're there to wake us up. They're there to push you towards listening to your intuition so it doesn't get to that phase, right? So what intuition are you not paying attention to? Maybe you're paying attention to it, but maybe you need a bit more courage to be able to take action on it. If you need one-on-one support with that, my 21-day shifter program is there, and I can deeply support yourself with that. Okay, yeah, now the other little aspect I want to talk about dreams at the moment, because the past 2 to 3 weeks, so many people have been like posting about it, right? And it's interesting because like right now, it's like the collective, like I don't know, who really knows, right? There's a massive kind of collective shift going on, and people are waking up faster and faster and faster. And that's why I'm like, Lightworkers, are you like stepping up? Because the world's going to need us in a minute. Like, are you ready to like take your role? Because you're an empath, a healer, and you resonate with any of this stuff. You're like, you're being called, like time to get into ready, because the world's going to be like coming to you in droves in a minute, and they're going to need people like you because you know how to do this stuff, right? Little side note. So the past 2 to 3 weeks, this is my own personal intuition, and the messages coming through that I'm needing to share is that, like, I don't know if it doesn't feel like the veils are thin. It doesn't feel like, you know how sometimes we can really feel the veils are thin. Like, my intuitive sense is that it's something is going on collectively, astrologically, universally, I don't know what you want to call it. And it feels like there's some sort of planetary lineup. Now, I did a distance healing, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, and it was phenomenal. It was like healing this like past life thing that, you know, there was some like astrological lineup like eons ago, and they got left here because the portals like shifted, you know, like, and they got kind of trapped on Earth, and that's why they never felt like they fit in and blah, blah, right? So it was so interesting, and I feel like that's what's happening now. There's some like revisit, I don't know if it's a revisit or the same, but the energetic feeling of it feels like there's some collective planetary lineup shift where there's some alignment of something right now. And I feel like it's a different feeling to the veils being thin, right? But the lineup is that it almost is so weird and hard to describe this, what I'm seeing. But if you want to look at it, say like the Earth is like, you know, in the center here, right? And then around the Earth, like it feels like it's where the equator would be. And it just feels like, if you can imagine like a beaming sun, like with actual like channels of light coming out of the Earth, right? Like it seems weird, right? So this is how I can describe it. And that is due to some planetary astrological lineup going on, right? In the universal big picture stuff. And it's like these portals have opened from all these different, I don't know if you want to call it dimensions or like, I don't know, right? And so there's a lot of people sensing a lot of beings on the planet that are not from here, that are different, that are showing up, that are sometimes scary, sometimes not, right? And I really want to point out that we're usually scared of them when it's our first kind of interaction with a being like that. We're like, the fuck is this about, right? I'm like, get out of here. You picture it, yeah, you see it, right? And what I want to say, obviously, the first thing that you do if you sense a being or a presence in the house, like Archangel Michael of 100% light, is this of 100% light? If not, please clear that, please remove them, please clear my house, right? Number one, first step, always go there, okay? If the being is of 100% light, now a couple of things here is it might be a star being or someone coming to give you an energetic upgrade. And if they are of 100% light and you've asked Archangel Michael of 100% light, is this of 100% light? Are they of 100% light? And you get the yes, let yourself decide if you're ready for an energetic upgrade, okay? Because there's a lot of that going on the planet right now. There's a lot of people I'm connected to, like myself, like there's a lot of people going through with upgrades, and I don't feel like it's ever going to stop, right? It's just like, this is normal now, right? So there's that. And it's kind of interesting, and like I'd be curious to hear like you guys experience, because like, and this is like might sound weird, but like I know this time last year, so about June, July last year, I was doing so much like mediumship soul clearing on the earth, like, you know, like literally like humans that have died and the souls are stuck on the earth plane, like real mediumship stuff, like. But in the middle of last year, like thousands and thousands and thousands of souls that have been trapped here for like decades or like centuries, right? From like big famines that have gone through the world and all this sort of thing. Like, and I was doing heaps of soul clearing. I know there's another woman I'm deeply connected to doing a lot of like soul clearing from all the like the religious sacrifices and the stuff that are going on at the moment. Like there's been a lot of clearing out of human souls. And that my sense is that, you know, there's a lot of, I guess, other sort of beings coming in, and it's almost like there's a slate that's being cleared energetically. And it's kind of like why I was getting the message, and if you see my post a couple of weeks ago, I was like, be really mindful around the 23rd and 25th of October. Is a very intuitive message from the star beings that came through around, like there's like thousands of souls ready to come in, like as babies. So if you, it's like the next, I don't know, next wave of souls, and I could see them as they were showing me, as like, they looked like star beings. I'm like, you know how there's indigo children, rainbow children, crystal children, it feels like these are the star children coming in. So if you don't want to fall pregnant, please be very mindful around the 23rd and the 25th of October, especially for some reason. They were the dates they gave me. But if you are trying to fall pregnant, probably a good chance, right? And that's a very intuitive thing. I'm like, I don't know, I'm just passing a message on. Don't blame me. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Carrie. So the thing about weird dreams, like, and this is kind of another little aspect of it, is that, so there's all those aspects that I said. So with the like kind of like the weird beings that are around, as I said, like check in Archangel Michael, 100% light. Are they 100% light? Upgrades, not upgrades? Is it a soul that's needing to talk, like mediumship wise? There's so much I could go into depth about all that, and I do deeply go into it in my Trust the Intuition course because of that reason. I'm like, you guys need to know this. As soon as you start to wake up, you start sensing presences, right? It's what happens when you become more aware or you open up to it more. And then people freak out and they shut down the gifts and they go unconscious again. So I don't want that. So I support you in that. So the other little side note is two other things. If there is something in your intuition that you haven't been listening to, it will be coming really scary to wake you up. So if it's like an attacking dream or something that is, you know, like it doesn't feel nice, right? If it doesn't feel nice, what in your waking reality doesn't feel nice, right? Excuse me. What in your waking reality doesn't feel nice, right? What situation comes to mind that doesn't feel nice, that feels scary, that you're scared of making changes about, right? That will give you clues about what your dream is trying to tell you. Now, the other aspect in these attacking dreams is that, you know, with the, as I said, like the spirits or the beings that are coming through, they may be coming through in your dreams. Yes and no, and it's kind of like, you know, in your dreams you can be like, Archangel Michael, 100% light, can you please help me, right? And you might be like, Hannah, I can't do that. Like, have you tried it? Also, before you go to bed at night, can I please have dreams that I consciously remember? Can I please have information in my dreams that isn't scary to me, but I'm very, very clear and aware of what the dream is about so I can take action, right? They're things you can say before you go to sleep at night. So yeah, and I just feel like a lot of the dreams that are coming through at the moment are there to wake us up in some way, shape or form so that we do take action in getting into, you know, like what is your intuition telling you in your waking state that you're not taking action on, right? Yeah, weird spider and weird things like maggots and stuff. Yeah, and I also want to point out too, it feels like And I did see someone post about it. There's a big purging going on the planet, like, and I feel like energetically, and so many people were like, can't sleep enough, like they're just like exhausted, and like it's like energetic tiredness though, with all the upgrades and everything going on the planet. That is what's happening too. And there is a big like energetic purging. It's like, you know, especially if you're connected to me and to any of my teachings, and you follow me in some way, shape or form, if you're in my private free support group, we're going through huge like awakening through our chakras. We're waking up to reality on different levels. We're grieving, right? And as we grieve the past pain and trauma, that's like a lot of kind of blackness coming out, right? So if you're not kind of doing the work in your daytime awakened state, in your dreams, you're processing it as well, right? So some people don't do much conscious work in their waking state, but in their dreams, they're very active with all this shit because they're not doing it in their waking state. So if you want to sleep through the night, perhaps take some time and do a process or two in your waking state, right? Yeah, so, and the thing with like spider and maggots, like any kind of animal or anything like that, obviously maggots you might be like, oh, okay, what's rotten in my life? What situations are stagnant that I haven't taken action on? What makes me feel in my day life, right? Is it my body? Does my body need to clean out? Do I have worms? And then it's kind of like, what's in my house? What's in my body? Like my physical surroundings? Who's in my life that's like eating up my energy, right? All those sorts of interpretations. Yeah, been feeling great, just your dreams are off. Yeah, so if you're not processing stuff or listening to your intuition in your daytime, your dreams are there to wake you up, like literally, right? So Jessica says, shit, yes, definitely want to shift it out, and yes, it ain't friggin' easy. No, I'm not gonna lie, this stuff is not easy. It's not for the faint-hearted. That's why so many people turn a blind eye and just go unconscious as much as they can, because once you wake up, you kind of can't, right? You kind of need to face it. But I just want to point out, and I shared this in my Reality Awareness support group the other day, it's like, like for several years, I remember grieving and crying and just going, when is this going to stop? Like, it wasn't like 24/7 for years, but it would just be like waves and waves and waves and waves. And until I got lots of support, one-on-one support, like, you know, doing lots of internal work and shifting it out, then it really started to ease off. And it's not that it doesn't come up, it's that I know what to do to support myself. I have the tools, I delve into it, I'm able to be gentle with myself and support myself, right? And this is what I tell you, this is what I teach you in my Trust Intuition course, right? It's like, this is why I have my Trust Intuition course, which, by the way, if you're just joining, I am opening that this week. I got the intuition yesterday to open it this week. I was going to open it for another 10 days, and I'm like, okay, and it kind of makes sense. So there will be super early bird open this week, but it won't be around for too long, and then the price will keep increasing over the next couple of weeks. But if you're really wanting to shift this out, you're really wanting to step into being a light worker and a healer and actually doing this stuff, because as we keep moving into the age of Aquarius, people will be coming to you. Why? Because it's an energetic draw, right? You probably already have people coming to you, probably already help people in some way, shape or form. They come to you, they tell you their entire life story, and then they're like, I don't know why I just told you that. I haven't told anybody that, right? Tell me if you've never got that before, right? Yes, go to sleep, Audrey. Yeah, tough day for you energy-wise. Yeah, exactly. It's like, you know, like a lot of people are energetically exhausted at the moment. There's upgrades going on. There's big collective shifts going on, right? Okay. Yeah, feeling it big time. Yeah. So Cody Lee says, what is your idea about being followed by evil ghosts? So it's the same thing, right? So demons, entities. If you haven't watched my taboo stuff, Let's Talk Taboo. If you scroll down my Reality Awareness page a little bit, it's like Let's Talk Taboo stuff with the fire symbols on it. Exhausted big time. Yeah, there's a lot shifting out at the moment. It's like, how can you support yourself? Can you get more sleep? Make sure you drink enough water, food, like all of that, right? There's so much I could speak to that. And I have shared a lot in my Reality Awareness support group. So again, if you're not in there, please request to join my Reality Awareness support group on Facebook. It's free. There's a plethora of information, let alone a tribe who are going through the same thing. You're definitely not alone. So yes, Cody Lee. So on my page, scroll down, Let's Talk Taboo stuff. I talk about demons, entities, all the bad stuff on the planet, like, you know, and it's as the same as what I just shared in the dreams, but in that other live stream, I go into a lot of depth and detail. So if you want a lot of depth and detail, find that on my page. When you know, it's the same thing. So like if there's a, hey, intuition's like, hey, are you listening to us? Hey, and you're not, maybe you're listening, but you're not taking action on it because you're scared to or something. It's like evil stuff. Demons, entities, darkness, they come to wake us up. Like they get our attention, right? If we're not paying attention to like this, hey, gentle kindness and loving stuff, like angels and intuition, it's like, hello, are you going to take notice? We're trying to get you on the right path, not go down this path. Are you going to wake up now? Like it's the same, right? Whether they're evil ghosts, whether they're I don't know, entities, like whatever you want to call them, right? There's all these different ones and they all have different purposes and blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, the core underneath thread is to get you to listen to your intuition at the end of the day. A lot of people don't listen to their intuition. They don't trust it because there's so many different factors. Hence why my course is called Trust Intuition. When I ask, it's nice to know that, oh yeah, there's a whole tribe. There's a whole tribe of us in my Trust Intuition course and in my Reality Awareness support group. So my free group is the Reality Awareness support group. There was a link in the comments here, but I can post that again in here because it's up the top there now. So I just wanted to jump on and just speak to this. If you guys have joined through the live stream and you haven't watched the start, I highly recommend watching the start, especially if you've been feeling any of the above like headings like that I've posted on this live stream. Like there was a lot of people I was just seeing with the same things going on. I'm like, you guys are just shedding like another layer of skin, like, you know, and it's a feeling. Like, please watch my heart chakra live stream in the Reality Awareness support group if you haven't already. If you don't know how to do it yourself, please book in. My 21-day shifter program is 21 days of unlimited one-on-one voice and text message, unlimited psychic readings with me. And I can deeply hold space for you in my energetic heart space so that you can shift out this stuff, right? This pain, trauma, to understand it so you don't feel alone. So it's like understanding how to ride the waves and how this is like normal in our life, right? So Sherry, I had a dream last night that opened up this chestnut. Oh, I saw that before. Sorry, that's just come up again for some reason because I just reopened the page. Yeah, so always like checking, you know, the biggest thing with dreams, it's like, how do you feel in the dream? Like, you know, there's all this data and stories, it's the same thing, right? But how do you feel? And that will be your key point to be able to guide your next steps, right? You get pulled out of your sleep. Actually, to battle evil and demons. I've enjoyed these battles your whole life. Yeah, see, and I'm curious about that, right? So I've got a whole different perspective on demons, entities, all of that sort of thing. Like, I'm like, no, let's not battle them. Like, let's love them to death because that's the most powerful thing. Like, they're there for a reason. They're trying to get your attention for a reason, right? So Sherry, I'm not sure if you've watched my Let's Talk Taboo stuff. Again, if you scroll down my page, you will find that Let's Talk Taboo, and it talks about entities, demons, shadow stuff. Like, please watch that if you haven't already. But again, in my Trust Intuition course, I go deep into demons, entities, how to remove them, why they're there, you know, like how to not be scared of them when they show up, how to stop them from showing up, like all of that, right? So Jessica says, I just listened to mine because of more shit that came up about last night, but I had the help of 2 crows and a hawk help me at the same time, which showed me that I have to act upon my, I think you said my intuition right now. Yeah, and that's the thing, like, you know, in these dreams I'm helping others. Yeah, and that's the thing, like, you know, like we can call upon our support, like with our spiritual support. Like I'm always like, Archangel Michael of 100% light. But if you've got an animal spirit guide of 100% light, always make sure they're of 100% light, okay? You know, and being able to, you know, use that, you know, like support to be able to help. But all the dark stuff is there for a reason. It's not like we have to get rid of it and fight it. No, we transform it. Yeah, we transform it. So yeah, and thanks, Shannon. I'm just seeing your comments there. Why isn't this loading? Let me see. There's more comments coming through. Okay, I don't know why they just disappeared off my screen again then. Okay, Shannon says, I highly recommend and strongly suggest you hook up with the Trust Your Intuition course and tribe. Yeah, all the healers, all the light workers, all the empaths are in there for sure. And if you're really wanting to step up, like, you notice what I'm saying, like in the next, like the Trust Your Intuition course is going to be practitioner certified by the end of November, which means that you can step into this role either online or, you know, in person, and be able to, like, one, receive money for your gifts, turn your passion into your profit, but also to have the healing tools to be able to transform the stuff on the planet. Because in the next 10 years, as we step into the age of Aquarius, the consciousness, like, humans are waking up, and it's only going to get faster and faster and faster and faster. And the whole Trust Your Intuition course is designed to help you through the trauma, to help you through the pain, to help you work on your blocks and beliefs, to help you be able to receive the money for your services, to work through past life trauma, to figure out demons' energies. Like, everything is in that course. I created that course. I'm like, oh, they need to know this, and oh, they need to know this. And I went against all my mentors who said, no, make it short and easy and simple. And I'm like, we're dealing with different shit here. This isn't just a normal online course. I'm like, this is like healing the big stuff, right? And that's why it's in there. So Shannon says, showing me too, but when I stood in my power and declared my sovereignty, they stopped. It was amazing. Yeah, awesome. I know why I can't see the rest of the comments. What if I wanted to make a contact with, what if it wants to make contact with me, the evil ghost? Yeah, again, if you want to watch the, that other live stream, the taboo one about the entities and demons, that will explain that in there. Trust Intuition is amazing. Yes, Shannon and I have, and seems to be quite powerful and effective against them. I just took it as a gift of mine I was chosen to do. Yeah, and that's the thing, like, we don't like hang out with them, right? But as soon as they turn up, you can transform them straight away. We don't have to fight them. We don't have to get them off people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a very I don't know, different. I'm not like, no, they're there to show us something. We don't hang out with them, but it's instant that we shift them, right? Oh, so what if it wants to make a contract with me, the evil ghost? Yeah, well, see, evil, I'm like, it's not evil. For me, I'm like, nothing is evil. You know what I mean? Like, please watch that taboo live stream, because I go into the depth of it. I don't want to kind of repeat myself on the same... Like, I'll just be repeating myself, so please watch that live stream. And then, if you've still got questions, obviously you can book into the 21-day shifter program. Otherwise, in my reality awareness support group, otherwise Trust Your Intuition is opening this week as well. Yeah, highly recommend. Hey, Carlos. Yeah, you did. Please watch the replay. There's some pieces of gold on here. I'm going to jump off this live stream. I really felt called to jump on and speak to this today. Exactly, regardless of light or dark, they cannot harm you, so just listen to what they have to say. Yes and no, like, I wouldn't kind of listen to the entities because they can be confusing, they shapeshift, and like, it's like, no, like, what's underneath them? What are they covering up, right? Where's the cloak? They're a cloak, right, to your powerful Lightworker gifts. So yeah, and this is why I teach all of this in Trust Your Intuition, for that exact reason, right? Because there's a way to do it. It's like, it's not like, you know, hanging out with them, but there's a way to get the gifts. No, that's all good. I didn't repeat myself at all. I'm like, if I start talking about this, I will be. So please watch that live stream. There's the links to join my free group. Trust Intuition opens this week. If you need one-on-one support, my 21-day shifter program is the best value. And yes. So some of us are like doing a lot of work in the astral while we sleep. Yes. Definitely. And if you think this live stream can help somebody, please tag them in it or share it on your page or in a private message with them. I shall be back this week, I'm sure, with lots of updates. Plus, we start the solar plexus week in my free reality awareness support group. This week starts at tomorrow. We're hitting the solar plexus, which is about self-worth, self-esteem, trusting yourself, empowering yourself, and stepping out of victim mode into really creating the life you want and being able to trust your intuition. Lots of love to you guys. Have a beautiful weekend. Namaste.